Welcome to the podcast, Matt. And could you tell a little bit about yourself to our audience so that they know how you're related to digital marketing?
Yeah, sure. My name is Matt Erickson, and I'm the marketing director for a company here, an agency here in Westlake, California called NationalPositions, and we're kind of a 360-degree agency. Company started about 15 years ago as an SEO company, and over the years has added to their marketing stack, and so now we do everything from SEO to of course content, social, of course. Marketing automation, you name it, short of virtual reality, we probably do it. And as far as my background goes, to keep it somewhat brief, I actually started in this vein back in mid 2000s. I was actually started as a graphic designer I went back and got 2 undergrad degrees, and then in 2012 went back and got my MBA from the California State University, Sacramento, go Sac State. And from there, in the last probably 7 years or so, I've moved from CPG companies to information security companies, and a little bit of everything in between. A lot of it has been on the technical side. So came here about 2 years ago, and it has been an interesting couple of years. So wow. Yeah, so that's a little about me.
All right. So like you said, you started off, like NationalPositions started off as an SEO company predominantly, and now it's moved on to everything marketing. So what is the importance of social media when it comes to running or planning a marketing campaign?
I'm sorry, I lost the last part of your question there. Running a marketing campaign?
Yeah.
Well, the big one is just attention. I mean, when it comes to social media, everyone I think has a level of denial when it comes, depending on where they are, whether they're of course a boomer or a Gen Zer or a Gen Xer or whatever it's going to be. But the fact is that more and more people everywhere are on social media. So if you're trying to kind of block it out as there's only, my audience isn't there, you're just denying yourself a lot of attention you could be getting. So I mean, if you're B2B, you go to LinkedIn. If you're trying to get those kind of empty nesters and those types, maybe you're on Facebook. If you want to hit the millennials and the Zers, you're going to be on TikTok or Instagram. But it really the fact is that's where the attention is. So if you don't have at least some type of social social approach integrated into your campaign, whether that's going to be distributing content or engaging with your audience, or producing and pushing and finding audiences and pushing your content at scale, you're just missing a huge opportunity. And I think that's the same thing as with this company. If they just stayed only doing SEO, they would have really limited the kind of companies they could work with.
True. That is so true. Like, I mean, even with social media, the other thing that is happening is the world is becoming smaller and smaller day by day, because you can connect with so many other people sitting across the world. Maybe they might be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 miles away from you, but you can still talk to them.
Exactly. That's a huge thing, is that, we used to, it used to be that something would happen in London, and then, we'd hear about it here on the West Coast, weeks later, maybe even months later. Or we'd have to wait for it to come out in the newspaper, and then we shorten that, got it a few days later. And now, news stories or information is going to blast from one side of the earth to the other, and it's going to be consumed quicker, but also forgotten about quicker. So there's a double-edged sword that, yes, it's a smaller world, but we also have smaller attention spans with that smaller world.
That is so true. Yeah, so that was going to be my next question. So to attract, because the attention span is getting smaller, a lot of businesses are getting into paid advertising, or pushing out paid content, so that the same sort of content or same sort of ads keep coming in front of people, and they at least register it, or they become aware of the brand. But
Yes.
when it comes to small businesses, because around the holiday season, even ad spends gets a little expensive because it's
Yeah.
seasonal and everybody's doing it, so the demand is higher. So, what organic activities can small businesses do when they don't have an extensive marketing budget?
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is a question. It's funny because I get this question a lot because everyone, this in the last couple of years, probably 3 years now. Organic reach is just tanked. It is, when if you're trying to get eyeballs, usually on social, it's pay to play. But one thing that they overlook so much is just the value of engaging, and that costs you time. That doesn't have to cost you money, but it will cost you time. But that's something where if maybe you have a limited amount of content you can, or you think you can put out there organically, but even if you do, if you're a small business and you have 300 followers on your business page, it's not going to hit, a lot. There are some things you can do as far as the type of content you're putting out that can get a bigger organic reach. Live video, that's a big one, and that takes nothing but guts. Turn on your phone and go. Don't worry about it being perfect. But that's something, if you're trying to just do organic content, live video, I think they were out. I don't remember if it's still the same, but like a year ago, there were indications that just doing live video as opposed to posting an image or just posting, Facebook would see that as a positive signal and then push that further. So that's one thing. But the other one is really looking at who is engaging with your content and then engaging back, commenting back, going to profiles of people you want to connect with and commenting on the content that they're putting out. So I think if they don't have just the hard dollars and cents to just be, creating ads and then pushing them out, as wide as fast as they can, because if you do get really, really targeted in a niche location with a niche product, even if it's the audience size that's on Facebook and Instagram that's going to dictate how much your CPM is going to be, but we're not going to go there. So I will get on a tangent, but I think really from the organic standpoint, you should know, hopefully if you've been in business longer than a year or two, that you kind of know the audience and the kind of people that frequent your establishment, if you're a retail location, or people that buy your product.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost you anything to, even on Instagram, Gary Vee had this, I'm sure you know who that is,
Yeah.
had a great thing in his I think he called it the $1.80 strategy, which was you're dropping 2 cents of knowledge in the comments and in people's content. And you do that like 100 times a day. And that, helps your content spread, for a myriad of reasons. But that's probably the biggest one. If you don't have a budget and maybe you just don't have a ton of content that you think you can produce, but you can do live video every day for nothing. But, just engaging with people who are commenting or people that do follow you is a way to keep that relationship going and then possibly be able to just work through DM and be able to, push your marketing that way.
True. And so in the 2 years that you've worked with National Positions, have you had, could you share a client success story or even a personal win for you being a part of National Positions?
In relation to social or just in general?
In general as well.
Oh, in general as well. Okay, I was thinking all in the social landscape. I will say that one thing, I think as a personal win, when I first got here, I'm not saying this is all me, this is with the team I'm with, because it's never just me. But, we were still kind of our branding was still like a digital SEO agency. It was very SEO centric. And just, I think with myself and then other people who do have other marketing interests like social, like, getting reviews and doing video testimonials and producing content, I think we were able to slowly kind of integrate our thoughts into the upper management of the company. So in a way, we have this saying like, you've loosened the purse strings or you've loosened the corset a little bit. You stopped, hanging on so tight to what you were, which was, SEO got us to where we are. And it's like, yeah, that's not going to get us to where we want to be. And when we're in this, like you mentioned, this smaller world where information moves so quickly, using these other tactics and strategies, on social, like we're talking about, is likely going to create a bigger impact faster, and something that's a little more tangible that a business can see, even if we're still doing SEO, that may be an ongoing 3, 6, 9-month process. It's another way to market where there's a clearer correlation, or a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 on their marketing investment. So I think that that's been kind of a nice win that I've been able to help us kind of evolve a bit and get a little more, up with the times. Can we do more? Of course, we can always do more. But when you're trying to steer a ship of our size, sometimes the rudder moves a little slower. As far as on the social side, I had to really fight to do our own Facebook marketing. And it wasn't a fight because the CEO didn't believe in it. It just wasn't, his world. So in just kind of chipping away, we've been running our own campaigns for, over a year now.
Okay.
And I think, last month we tested, and the big one was the audience. We really tested the audience, and then optimized and tested creatives and optimized, and really was able to show, like, hey, everything you do with Google PPC or a landing page optimization or anything like that, we can do on Facebook and Instagram, but we can maybe even do it faster.
Yeah.
Because we know who we're targeting, and we can see, after 3 weeks, like, oh, okay, well, this is working and this isn't. So I think last month we actually had our biggest month of actual, inbound, form filling content, and people filling out filling out to get information on our own Facebook ads.
Yep.
And part of that was really kind of going against what many people in the company knew. If you have Google PPC, you have your text ad, you have a landing page, and then you have your automation set up and all of this. When we initially tried to do that with Facebook, they wanted to do it the same way. Here's this ad, you click, it takes you off Facebook to a landing page. Once we switched that up and got rid of that external landing page, just kept everything within the Facebook ecosystem, our results drastically improved.
Wow.
So, and is this the same for everyone? No, this just worked for us as an agency. So yeah, those are a couple of fun, interesting wins, both for myself and our company, and when it comes to using social.
Yeah, that's really great. And I'm sure you've also given us more detailed insights for our ebook that we'll be launching soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
Me
I hope
too.
you also had fun being a part of this podcast.
No, it's been great. Anytime you want to have me, just give me a call.